One of the problems is they forget who elected them. They forget who supported them, who encouraged people to vote for them. So we got to hold people accountable. They become these people, judges, elected officials become part of the status quo, thereby becoming part of the problem.
Stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is on the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth.
We need to build our own system. We need to build a system based on righteousness, a system based on some divine principles, a system based on equality and justice. They call it the justice system, but it's just us. We need justice, fairness, everybody. If you call yourself a trigger, you will act like a trigger. Criminals are organized. We are getting organized. So we thank God for the Detroit 300. Let's give God a hand clap.
Well, you know, it's been a long grind, and the city's had a lot of things go wrong, but I feel like things are going the right direction right now, and we're happy to be a part of it.
All right, any other words you want to say?
Well, glad you've been on our side.
Detroit, for Detroiters first. Self-determination can't just be a slogan. It's got to be a word.
Good morning. Almost about to say good evening. Good morning to you. Giving honor and giving recognition to Almighty God, who is the head and the guide of my life. And I'm forever grateful to Father God for life, for light, for a portion of health, for a smidgen of sanity. I'm just grateful. It is so good to be alive. What's the day? The 2nd? A year ago, a legacy in my family. A year ago today, Avis Holmes, my grandmother, she was everything to myself and my family. She passed. And set some things off about 3 weeks after the homegoing ceremony. Your brother got sick. And I wasn't able to do my show. Had to cut back on a lot of things. But still we kept working, doing what we could, when we could, where we could. But it's just good to be alive. It is good to be alive. Life is so precious. November 1 is my Avis' birthday. It's her birthday. You know, it was some type of mistake on Facebook that it was my birthday. It's not. Yesterday was Mom Avis' birthday and the anniversary of her birth. Her first heavenly birthday. And then she passed the very next day. So we're now 1 year up from that. 1 year up from not having Mom Avis, Mom Patty, a legacy in your life. It's something we all going through. We all gonna go through, or have, or will go through again. Because everybody is going to have a physical death. But it's how you lived. And what are you remembered for? That's what it's all about. And so I'm just grateful. I want to thank everybody at this station, R.J. Watkins, Henry Tyler, H.T., oldies but goodies, Sister Maxine Willis. What a great woman. What a God-fearing woman. She just lost her mother. Long battle, health battle. We're praying for her and for anybody who's lost their loved one or is about to. It happens to all of us. No one is spared. Somebody we love, somebody's we love is going to transition from this life to the next one. And so we pray for you. We want you to know that God and the ancestors have not forgotten you. We want you to know it's going to be all right, even when you don't know how it's going to be all right. As we're at this anniversary for me with my family, and it's not just me, it's my family, and puts more responsibilities on me than I wanted. I felt like I got a family. I'm running a movement. I'm involved in 30 different groups, nonstop. Everyone calls. Everyone wants help. The police did this. I need a lawyer. This, that. Rotten meat. Roaches in the chili. They whiteballed me at the job because I'm black. They whiteballed me out the fraternity because I'm black. Everything. Murder, missing people. I think next weekend, I think we're going up to Trenton. I've never been to Trenton. Never. And no diss, not interested in Trenton. I believe we need to be living in Detroit, in Highland Park, and building a power base. Because, see, we get census, we get our numbers up over 1 million, we're going to get unprecedented money coming in again. But a 15-year-old girl is missing. Her mother is crying her heart out. And I have a hard time telling people no. I have a hard time telling crying women no. Women who don't know where their children are. Women whose kids been shot 8 times. I have a hard time saying no to them. So we're going up to Trenton. But it's just good to be alive. It's good to be alive. I just can't say it enough. I'm not the great Dr. Jim Holly. You know, Dr. Holly is like an uncle to me. And this is his spot. He been here for 25 years. I'm not him. I can't be him. Just like a lot of people, you know, Akila, they wanted me to be Khalid Muhammad. And I tried. I tried to be Khalid for my people. And for the new Black Panther Party. I tried. I can't. All I can do is be Malik and try to be a better Malik. Try to be the best Malik that I can. But there's just so much going on. But I'm not Dr. Holly. I am here on Saturdays temporarily. I know some say, well, he went from 4 days to no days. Well, I was sick. I had 4 days here, and I've been here over 20 years at this station. But I was sick. So, you know, it is what it is. You do what you can do. The phone calls still kept coming. And I might, instead of going to 8 meetings one day and 5 the next, You know, we might do 1 or 2 meetings a month we were doing. But we were still working the phone, still trying to connect people who they need to be connected to get help or whatever. Because you never give up the fight. If all you can do is crawl, then crawl. If you can fly, fly. Paraphrasing Dr. King. If you can fly, fly. If you can run, run. If you can jump, jump. If all you can do is crawl, crawl. If all you can do is sit there and encourage others, pray for others, do what you can do. So, to make a long story short, I am here. We're here temporarily. I don't know how long it's going to last. But we are back. We are black. We are going to have to find some sponsors if we want to keep this time slot. And if we're interested in our other time slots that we had at one time, 4 days to no days. Boy, you know, we something else. we God can sit you down. If you don't want to sit down, God will sit you down. So we're back. We probably will never do 8 meetings a day again. 1, 2, you know, and keep it moving. But it's good to be alive. And we had a great meeting yesterday with Reverend Ovella, Thou Shall Not Kill movement, Code 22, asking for the 22nd of every month to be a Thou Shall Not Kill Day, a Thou Will Not Commit Violence Day, a Code 22, No Violence. Great meeting with Reverend Ovella. And we've been working with her the 9-10 years she's been around. We've been giving her as much support as we could, and she give us some, you know. But I tell you something, if we ever really partnership, Satan will be on the run. I hope you're listening, Reverend O, either live or after the fact on Facebook. Reverend O, if you and the sister you brought, Deacon Bruce, the Honorable Sister Wanda Keela Redmond, and if we ever really unite, Satan will be on the run. There's a scripture, you know, paraphrasing. You've got to stand up to Satan. You got to stand up to the devil. You've got to say no. Refuse him. Challenge him. Battle him, and he runs. He has no choice but to book. And that's what it's about. And that's what it's always been about. Because it's never been about the personalities. It has been about you, us, and we. It has never been about Malik Shabazz, Jim Holly, R.J. Watkins, Reverend Ovella, Coleman Young. It's never about any of that. It's about you. That's what it's all about. And that's the purpose. That's our purpose. That is our charge. So tomorrow, today, and please forgive me, I'm so unprepared. First show, nervous. Well, I'm always nervous. Anytime I speak publicly, to be honest with you, and I probably shouldn't tell you, brother, be kind of scared to death, just to be honest with you. We are marching today. A young 18-year-old man, and I'm sorry, those that are on this one Facebook, I might have to let you go to get my info because I'm so unprepared. And after the meeting with Reverend Ovella, I got sick. I mean, I got so sick. But I was coming here if I had to crawl. Jay and I been talking, Maxine and I been talking, and if I had to crawl up in here today, uh, I was coming. But we are marching today and tomorrow, and I will get you that information in 1 minute. And like I said, work with me. As we go further along, I will get better again. This is the first time I've been here in a year, Akila. I think it's been a year, just about. It seemed like yesterday. It sure was good to see R.J. Watkins Jr., to see a good, friendly face. But I think it's been a year since we've been here. In that year, on 9/10, I only went physically 3 times because I couldn't do anymore. Dr. Kafense has been holding that down Saturday nights tonight, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. at 9:10 a.m. And he will continue to largely hold that down for us. We're going to rock this right here. WHPS, WHPR. But again, y'all, I want to apologize for being unprepared. Like I said, I did get ill, but I was determined to come here if I had to crawl. Akila was going to make sure I got here. Demetrius Felder was a young African-American young man. And forgive me for calling him a boy, a kid. When you're in your 50s and you're 18, I got a 25-year-old daughter. I call her a kid. Now, she's grown. White folks say she's grown, but she's a kid to me. Heck, when you're 40, you're a kid to me now. Where did the time go? Wow. Ain't God something? Where did the time go? The miracle of life. This young man, Demetrius Felder, 18 years of age. Good-looking young man. He was murdered 6 years ago. Why do you care about that, Malik? It's been 6 years. You let it go. I posted up on Facebook on one of our 10 pages the other day the fight to keep Belle Isle out of the state. And we lost that. You remember Mayor Archer tried it, and thank God he gave us the increase. We defeated it. But when Bing was in, they came again. We tried. We lost. Brother I've known a long time, been in the struggle longer than me. Scholar, study group. I ain't going to say no names. Good brother. Why you going to post something up here 6 years? The name of your study group is named after an African god. We don't know nothing about Isis, Horus, Osiris, and Horus. Thousands of years ago. Those are the white names. The African names being Aset, Heru, and Asar. Thousands of years ago. You run a study group, and that's the name, and you wondering why I'm posting something up 6 years? Because I'm lamenting that we lost control of Belle Isle. We could have kept the island clean. We could have kept the island safe, but we didn't have the will under the administration, lacked the will, because they wanted it to fall apart and collapse so the state could take it over. And that's what's happened. That's why we deal with 6-year-old cases, 10-year-old cases, 15-year-old cases with the same energy the same fervor, the same heart and commitment as we do the murder, the rape, the missing, the robbery, whatever that happened 2 days ago. Because it's important. We don't know how God would have moved this young man. Young Demetrius, only 18. Now, he wanted to be a dope boy. He wanted to be in the game. He, according to his mother, he wasn't cut out for it, but that's what he wanted. And that's what happens when our young people, especially our young men, don't see men. You might see 5, 10 different men coming out. I don't mean any offense. Coming out your mama's bedroom a year. But you don't know who your daddy is. Daddy dead. Daddy locked up. Daddy gone with the wind. Papa was a rolling stone. The temptations told us. Wherever he laid his at was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone, alone, alone. So our young men don't see doctors in the neighborhood. Heck, it don't have to be in your house. It can be 3, 4 houses down on the block. A doctor, a lawyer, an auto mechanic, a TV station owner. See, we only got one RJ. And we need more. We need hundreds. Our children, our young men, our young girls have to see black men. I'm talking about black men right now. Now, we got to improve. Women, the whole race got to improve. But in general, women got the kids, and they're doing the best they can with all the odds against them. Because nobody hustles harder than a single mama. And nobody hustles harder than a single black mama or grandma, whoever is raising the children. But they need to see some men. They need to see some men who go to work. They need to see some men cutting grass. They need to see some men in the neighborhood so that they can learn. Lions teach cubs how to become lions. Panthers teach cubs who are willing how to become a panther. So he wanted to be in the dope game. But we don't know how God could have changed him. He was murdered. He was murdered. And it remains unsolved. You want to know another reason why we not only deal with last week's cases, but we also deal with 8, 9, 10, 4-year-old cases, is because chances are the ones who did it are still operating. If we don't have word that they are locked up, if we don't have word, thank you, dear, that the case is closed, then we assume it's still open. Just like missing people. And we thank God for the increase for the many women, especially teenagers, who we've been blessed to play a small role in the return of them to the bosom of their family. But there's so many more. It's too many. And unless you got a body, unless there's some type of closure, hold on, caller, we're coming. Then we keep rolling. So today at 3 p.m., we are going to be on Faust Avenue, north of Plymouth. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not prepared. I don't have a zip code or any of that, but we're going to be there today. We're only asking for 2 hours. That's all of your time. If you got 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, come on. Come on out, because it's important. And pray that you never need nobody to come out and slang Crime Stopper reward flyers for your loved one. Can you get it? I had it. but I hit the table. I'm sorry, y'all. Next week, we'll be better. There we go. I got to make sure not to hit the table. Tomorrow, we're coming right to you, caller. Tomorrow, Sunday, 3 p.m., 16700 Harper. Harper at Bishop. Del Point Food Center. We went over there the other day. Okay, we'll go to the caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, brother Shabazz.
Hey, brother.
Man, you said some things.
I certainly hope so. I'm scared to death. Don't know what to say.
Well, you know.
Don't know how to say it.
Well, I mean, guys, well, you know, when you visit old cases, let me tell you something about an old case. Nixon did something to black people. He labeled us something when he was in office, right? He said we were criminals.
Wait a minute. I know this voice. Who are you?
Oh, this 6-4.
Hey, man. Thank you for calling, brother.
Oh, come on, man. You know how we do.
I knew this voice. Go ahead, my brother.
So Nixon labeled us criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you about cases. Ronald Reagan picked up that same case, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't stopped. And then another president by the name of Bill Clinton picked up that same case.
Yeah, the crime bill.
We're talking about a case that happened back in the 70s. But ain't nobody asking Bill Clinton or the politicians why y'all keep visiting that case. But they ask you. See, people, we cannot major in the minor things and become minor in the major things. To totally forget is one of our biggest problems. We have always been hospitable to the wrong people, says Dr. Clark, and we have seen what that has gotten us over decades.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Detroit to this day, we are still hospitable to the wrong people. And see nothing wrong with that, but will not bestow that same hospitality amongst each other. Who is more dangerous, a white supremacist mindset thinker or a toxic black person thinking toxically? What's worse? I don't know if who's worse, the liquor store or the people going to buy the liquor.
Hey, Six.
You know,
how about the people buying? How about the people selling rotten meat and the people buying rotten meat? And let me make my announcement. Hold on, Six. I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
I was in the middle of it, but you know, my warden told me to take the call, so I went and took the call. Tomorrow, but it goes on with what you're saying. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., Del Point Food Center. I think it's 16700. It's Harper at Bishop. It's on Harper at Bishop. We went there Sunday. DJ, OJ, Brother Eric, and myself. And we saw some of the most rottenest meat around. Now, the store is not filthy. To his credit, he has a lot of young black men and girls. I mean, 20, 19 working there. To his credit. But the meat is unacceptable. It is atrocious. It is discolored. It is wrong. And when we pointed it out, and we got the pictures on Facebook, we pointed it out to the manager, who calls himself Mayhem. That's what he calls himself, Mayhem. Well, the mayhem is in your meat. He told us that you put the good meat with the bad meat on the shelf, and you let the people decide what's good. And he walked away. Now, as we did our inspection, we put some of the meats in the cart. We could have filled up the cart, but I ain't feel like doing your job completely for you. I'm giving you samples. You do your. He walked away. So we called the state of Michigan, the Department of Agriculture, which is the primary governmental regulating authority. We called them to file a report, and we're going to march. We're going to rally. We're going to pray. We're going to SBC, Selective Buying Campaign, at Harper and Bishop tomorrow at 3 p.m. Now, for those, I know the games are on. We can, and the Lions, if it weren't for the refs, we'd have a perfect season. Finally. But we can't beat the other team and the refs. I got that. DVR, VCR, whatever. Come on out. Half hour, 20 minutes, an hour. Give what you can give so that we can either straighten this merchant up, straighten him up, or straighten him out. That's his choice. He's going to make the decision if he's going to be straightened up or straightened out, but we don't eat rotten meat. Go ahead, Six. And
well,
thank
I'm glad you brought that. And I'm glad you brought that. Because these, to his credit, let's talk about his credit quick. He got black kids working.
Several.
All these store owners know that their stores are situated in what is called HIDA area, high drug intensity trafficking areas. So, of course, they don't put their kids at the registers. They don't put their kids in them stores. We're not sacrificing our children. But with your children working there, it looks like it's valid. So I don't look at it as they are doing something good from us, because now you're selling bad meat with black people working there. So now it looks like black people sanctioning the fact that you're selling bad meat.
And black customers.
Now, playing on the fact that you are in a HIDA area, there's not a lot of finances flowing through that area. So these people literally almost have no choice if they don't have means of transportation to get down to better meats. And then last but not least, when do you ever see them shopping in them stores? They don't even buy the products out of their own stores.
Six, hold that point. When we got ready to leave, we told the black employees that they're children. They're 20, 23, 18, because they look worried. Y'all are the Panthers, y'all gonna shut us? I said, we don't want you to lose your job, and we ain't here to try to close him down per se, but we want him to do right. This is our people buying this food, and you are a top-notch, elite, first-class people. Stop looking at yourself as last class and no class and second class. You deserve the best meat. I said, we want the same meat that he eats. We want the same meat his wife eats. We want the same meat he gives to his mama and daddy and to his kids. That's what we want. And they was like, all right. But go ahead, Six.
Well, you know, that it needs to be talked about, Brother Shabazz, because the recolonization of Negroes under these Arabs is happening fast in Detroit. It's to the point where blacks in Detroit will become a third class to the Arabs. If you don't watch it, you already see they're offering you social services. For years, we let them talk about black women on welfare, but we never said nothing about the Indian woman who's having 15 kids at a time, too. We never said nothing about the Chaldean woman whose husband owns a store under 1099, but she gets food stamps because he don't have a social security number to track that.
How about white people on welfare?
They've been playing a game that we've criticized each other for decades for playing. And they playing it in the dirtiest aspect. Who is the head of welfare in Michigan? It's an Arab. And you wonder why, and this is how they get so rich. In addition to you buying their goods that they don't even eat. In addition to you buying the fried chicken that they fry and they don't even eat fried food.
Discolored.
How do they know it's good?
Discolored. Totally brown, yellow, brown,
well, they don't
chicken,
know,
rotten
they don't
pork.
Eat it. They don't know. To them, that's good because they don't eat it. They don't know.
Right.
You see, I don't smoke crack, so I don't know what that is about. I couldn't tell you what a crack rock is like. But if it's going to make me some money and I'm in that mindset, all I can tell you, man, they tell me it's good. That's all I can say. They tell me it's good. If you buying it, I don't have to taste it. And then we require so much little for them to put back into the community that makes them rich overnight. Oh, they'll throw an event and give you some book bags. They give black people stuff black people can afford. You can afford a book bag. Y'all don't have to have a book bag drive. Book bags are number $5. But then the Arab at the store gives you a book bag and give your son some candy for Halloween, which you can buy candy. Oh, they're doing a good job. They gave my son a job. Without that store, my son wouldn't be working. Well, guess what? It's time black folks woke up. We don't serve in that capacity, and we can't because it hurts us. Those kids looking at you like you're going to shut down that store probably hurt them because they were taught that you got yourself a job. You're doing good. Why would Malik do that to you? No, why would you do that to yourself? This is a lesson for those people that work at their store. As young black men and women, y'all have a say-so in your community. And it starts at that store you work at. You make that Arab get it together. My people, my mama coming in your store. So that shelf better be dusted. My grandma eat here, so that meat better be right. This is an accountability for the employees too. But more important, the accountability comes in, we don't need them, Brother Shabazz. Let's just be real. We don't need Arab merchants in our city at the capacity that they're at.
I agree.
Because where's the room for the black merchants who want to do the same thing? Arabs just got to realize y'all are loose. You cannot continue to have an economic monopoly on the poor black community. Because
I agree.
Whether you know it or not,
I wouldn't. I'm not saying, and I don't think you're saying that there's no room for Arabs or Chaldeans or whomever to run businesses in Detroit. I don't think you're saying that, and I don't feel that way. But I do feel
no, that's not what I'm
if
saying.
we're 80%, if we're 82%, if we're 79% of the population, and we got 1%, 0.0002% of the businesses, there is an imbalance. There is something wrong with that. We need to own some businesses. in our community.
Yeah, well, the meat wouldn't be green if we owned it.
Yes, sir.
You see, it wouldn't be orange if we owned the stove because we know what we like to eat, but they don't. And in some cases, man, they don't care. The way they
Too
talk
many
to
cases,
customers,
they do not care.
They don't.
And we need to be taught to own businesses.
To love yourself, yes.
To support business. See, let me tell you something. The curriculum needs to be changed in school. Do we need geometry and all that? Yeah. Geography. Oh, we need all that. But what about accounts payable, accounts receivable? What about how to write a check? What about how to open a bank account? What about investments? What about stocks and bonds? Could you imagine if our children, when they entered school, to the same way, and ABCs is important because that's the language we speak. I mean, no offense, we're conquered. We're conquered, we're colonized, we speak English. It don't matter. French, whatever. Whoever conquered you, baby. But if, along with learning English, we were learning about business. We were learning about businesses. If Susie says, I want to be a nurse, and she convinced she want to be a nurse, and her parents want her to be a nurse, why can't we start giving her, even though she's a child, some initial nursing type things as a little kid? By the time she graduate, now you talking about a person being potentially a master in their field. Do I make any sense to you, Six?
It makes so much sense, Brother Shabazz. Just like you and I could imagine that, so can that supremacist mind fit.
You starting to break up, Six.
I said, just like you and I could imagine that, so can that supremacist mindset. Could you imagine? Because this is a race to the top. Let's look at it for what it is. If my kid survived, then what would your kid do? See, this is what it's all about. So you deprive them of those things that make them great. But here's where I have to get on my Van Sertima, Noble Drew Ali.
Hey, Six, I need you to wrap it up.
Muhammad.
Okay,
but here's where I'll wrap it up at. We don't need them to provide that. We have that. We have doctors. We have attorneys. We have pipe fitters. We have electricians. We have enough in our community to build and sustain a nation. Why no one in the community is supporting nation building ideology? Just like when you and I talk, why is there's enough professionals in the NAACP, the Urban League, that league, this group, and that group to do everything we need to do? And we still talking in 2020 what we need to do. Shame on some of us Negroes, huh?
We still don't want to support institutions like this right here. We want something black. Here's a man and a family and a company and a team with black radio, black TV, black on cable, black on Facebook. RJ coming up out of WGPR, the first black TV station in this country. No WGPR, no WHPR, no WHPS. We should be breaking our neck to try to support this station. When the station fundraise, if you can't make it, send your donation. 5, 10, 200, whatever you can do to keep it going. We could make this a mecca right here, nation building right here. Not hating on Lucius and Cucius and Cookie and Jamal, but the empire we need to be putting our mind And our heart, too, is right here.
Yes, yeah. Well, that seems to be very simple, doesn't it?
It seems it's so
Well, I'm
simple we
sorry,
can't get it.
RJ. I love it, but I'm gonna tell you, sometimes we just want something to be proud of. That's all we want. We just want something to be proud of. We don't want to be a part of it. We don't want to support it, but we want to look at it and feel a connection to it and say, I'm proud of it.
Without skin in the game.
Without skin in the game. Yep. That girl that from the Black Panther movie said she ain't know she belonged to a race called black people until she got to America. Let that sink in. Thanks for taking my call, brother.
Okay, Brother Six, anytime. Good to hear from you, brother. Okay, got another call. Good morning, caller.
This is Constance Felder.
Hey, Constance. How are you?
Good morning.
All right,
I'm
good
great.
morning. Your son. Tell us about your son, Demetrius Felder.
I adopted Demetrius when he was 3 years old. A wonderful kid, but a troubled kid. He had problems with being supervised. He wanted to do his own thing. He got caught up in that fast life. I had him in mentoring. He played football. He played hockey. I tried to steer him in other directions. He was a very good tap dancer. As a kid, he went to tap dance classes, but started running with the wrong crowd around 10, 11 years old. I filed incorrigible on him when he was about 11, and he started getting locked up every year because he was so defiant. Raised in the church, to pray. Oh my God, he could pray when he wanted to. But he just found more to do in the streets than he did in the home and in the church because he felt like they were more of his friends. And family, he called me the day before he got killed in 2013, and he told me that he wanted to come home and give his life back to Christ.
Wow. We
have started reading Proverbs together, and we would discuss what we read every Saturday, and we would go out to dinner or something, or he would have me to cook whatever he wanted to eat. And I told him that it's going to take him to hit bottom to want to turn his life around. And that day when he called me, I could tell that he had hit bottom, and he was on his way home.
Praise God.
He wanted to come home. He told me that he wanted to give his life back to Christ. And I told him, I said, God hears your prayers. And you've already given your life back to Christ because he heard your prayer. He said, but he wanted to do it publicly at church. And I told him, okay. And he said, tomorrow, when we go to church, I'm going to be there all day long with you. And I'm going to bring my stuff at home. And I told him, that's fine. But my son never showed up.
My Lord.
He never showed up. I called him. That Sunday. I called, and and he never answered the phone. And it started troubling my spirit because I know that if he said he was going to do something with me, regardless of what he was doing in the street, he found time to do with whatever he said he was going to do with me. And that Sunday night, I got a call from his cell phone. And the young man, he said, have you heard from Demetrius? We've been looking for him all day. And I
On
said,
Demetrius, wait a minute. On Demetrius' cell phone, you got a call
he
from
called
someone
me from Demetrius' cell phone.
saying that they've been looking for him all day.
They said he left at 10 o'clock that morning, and nobody had heard from him. And I told him, I said, I don't believe you. I said, because Demetrius and I were supposed to do something today. And he would have called me, why do you have a cell phone? And the young man hung up the phone on me.
What?
I called him back, and he didn't answer. So that next day I was at work, and he called me again from Demetrius' cell phone. And he said, you need to go to the morgue and identify Demetrius' body. And I said, what do you mean? He said, don't you watch the news? They found an identified young black male in a house on South off of Plymouth. And I said, how do you know it's Demetrius? He said, because I know. And he hung up the phone. Oh, my God. That day shattered my life. My daughter came to my job to pick me up, and we went to the morgue. And when they showed me his face, I was like, that's not him. And I told the man, I said, look, I said, he has a tattoo of his name on his forearm. And he has a tattoo of $100 bill on the side of his neck. And he came back and he said, ma'am, he has those tattoos. I hit the floor. I was so distraught. Because my baby was gone. He was my youngest child, was 4. 18 years old. And
he wanted to come home. He wanted to
he
give his life back to Christ. He was coming home.
Yes. 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 So when we walked out, all of his friends were in the lobby, and the young man who had his phone, I asked him, I said, who did it? And he didn't say anything. And I told all his friends, I said, you all can lie to me, but you can't lie to God. Somebody knows something.
Right.
Somebody knows something.
Someone with that phone knows something.
Yes.
How you get the phone?
Exactly. Because young people don't walk away from them cell phones.
Well, what are the police saying, Constance? What are the police saying? Did they ever get his phone? Did they ever find who has the phone? Have they interviewed his friends? You gave them the name of some of his friends?
They interviewed some of the friends, but it's that thing in the street you won't tell. Nobody wants to speak up. I guess for fear of retaliation. The police. Well, I talked to the detective, as a matter of fact, 2 days ago, and they are working on something. So I'm just still being hopeful that whoever has done this will be brought to justice.
Yes.
It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, especially on my other 3 children. My youngest daughter, she's the one that took it the worst because they were like Bonnie and Clyde. Whatever he did, she did. They were so close. So hopefully something will be done soon.
Amen.
So his spirit can.
And of course, whoever the murderer or murderers are, they need to be stopped. Because see, let me tell you something. It's just like raping. And these cats don't stop until they're caught. When they're caught, they stop. It's very rare when you are a rapist or a murderer that you will stop on your own accord. They have to be captured, apprehended, caught. Now, I do believe in, giving people second chances. I mean, good Lord, God has forgave me more than I deserve, and whatever good I think I've done, I know it's all rags. I get that. But but you got to pay for these things that are being done. I know it's been very, very hard on you, and I want to thank you because you have come out several times for other people's families. You didn't even know them, but we put out a call and you've come. And I am hopeful that people will join us today to help you with your case. They say it's going to rain. They say it's going to snow. You know how that is. And, you know,
Right.
you know, we expect 40 people on a murder case. 6 show up. We expected 20 people to show up the other day, and we're protesting Henry Ford, and we get like 70 people show up. You know, so you never know about the numbers, but I'm going to be there, and I know you're going to be there, and the King of Kings is already standing there over on Faust and Plymouth waiting on us to come, and we're going to give God the glory. Hold on, Constance. I got a mandatory break. Can you hold for a couple minutes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, family, hold on a minute. We'll be back in a few minutes. This is the new WHPR, the new WHPS. This is the Get Up, Stand Up, Truth and Vision show. The truth is in the house. We'll be right back.
They forget who elected them. They forget who supported them, who encouraged people to vote for them. So we got to hold people accountable. They become, these people, judges, elected officials, become part of the status quo, thereby becoming part of the problem.
WHPR TV is now on Channel 90. Check out all of your favorite morning talk shows on Comcast Channel 90 every day from 7 a.m. to 12 noon, and watch us anytime, day or night, on all of your favorite devices. Download the WHPR TV Now app and take us with you wherever you go. WHPR TV is now on Comcast Channel 90 every day from 7 a.m. till noon. WHPR TV, a Watkins Broadcasting Company.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
You can have your own party on TV. Party with R.J. Watkins and the TV33 family when you hold your own Facebook watch party. Connect all your friends with our friends, and we can have a watch party together. Watch your favorite TV shows when you want, how you want, with your favorite people. Here's how it works. Log on to Facebook from your computer or tablet and go to the RJ Watkins fan page at facebook.com/TV33WHPR. The one with the blue WHPR logo on the left. Like us. Click the word videos with the red tag that says live next to it. Then click the share button at the bottom of the video player and select start a watch party. Invite whoever you want. Your party will be recorded and archived for playback anytime you want. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. At the end of the month, the viewer that has the most people at their watch party will be invited on the TV show live. Come on, let's have a party.
All media platforms are engaged. Copy.
Get ready to launch your show or product.
Periscope ready. We're 5x5 ready to launch. Copy that.
Trend worldwide across all major platforms.
Ignition. 3, 2, 1.
The world is waiting. Watkins Broadcasting. More than just TV.
To be able to meet people from different countries enriches our lives.
Wayne County gave me so much. My degree, who I am.
The college supports you to grow. They have the different campuses. I'm like, I can try this. Maklit Shunga, Ethiopia.
Sandra González, México.
Arminalda Kerik, Bosnia.
Javed Khan, Bangladesh. Go to Wine County. They will find your path and you will know what to do next.